Developing at this hour, Fox News reporting that the Obama administration is blocking access to survivors of the Benghazi terror attack. They left 4 Americans dead, including our ambassador. Officials say they are, quote, significant risks to having these witnesses testify, but our next guest is not buying that. Republican Senator Lindsey Graham sits on the Armed Services and Appropriations Committees. Senator, thanks for being here.
Glad to be here.
Which survivors and witnesses do you want to interview that you haven't had access to?
Almost 14 months after the attack, guess how many people the Congress has had access to in terms of witnesses who were at Benghazi on the ground?
How many?
One. So how am I supposed to tell the families that Congress has done a good job of investigating the failure of the Obama administration when it comes to Benghazi if I can't talk to the witnesses? How could any Congress allow the executive branch to have exclusive control over the witnesses who are the best evidence of a major national security failure, the first ambassador killed in 33 years, and when they tell me that it is a threat to my country for Congress to talk to witnesses to find out what happened, I take that to mean it's a threat to the administration.
Well, I mean, the reason, I'll tell you what the administration says. They say that by interviewing the witnesses multiple times, it muddies their story and it threatens their future prosecution. You're laughing because you don't buy that argument.
Well, let's play that argument out. Khalid Sheikh Mohammed is awaiting trial at Guantanamo Bay, the mastermind of 9/11. What if the Bush administration would have said, I'm not going to cooperate with the 9/11 Commission or Congress who tried to find out how we failed as a nation to prevent 9/11 because it might compromise Khalid Sheikh Mohammed's prosecution.
Right.
He'd have been laughed out of town. So the idea, the Congress's job is not to prosecute anybody, is to hold this administration accountable. The shoe on the other foot, what would Senator Clinton and Senator Obama be doing if this were the Bush administration? We know what they did during Abu Ghraib and Gitmo. They insisted on access to the witnesses.
Now, Senator, would you be satisfied if you were just granted access to the FBI transcripts of the interviews that they've conducted with some of the witnesses and survivors?
No, I think the best evidence is to talk to the witnesses yourself. I'm not satisfied with having the executive branch tell me what happened in Benghazi. I will only be satisfied when I have reasonable access to the people who know what happened and I can talk to them independently, I meaning the Congress. Mm-hmm. We shouldn't have to rely upon the executive branch to investigate themselves. And this idea that they have exclusive control over the witnesses who are the best evidence of what happened in Benghazi, if that becomes the norm, our checks and balances as a nation have been lost. If the president does believe in the rule of law, then one of the rules of law is the Constitution. How could future Congresses ever adequately investigate a national security failure if the only people who can talk to the witnesses are the executive branch?
Got it. Senator Lindsey Graham, thanks so much for the update. Keep us posted on your investigation.
Thank you.
Senator